Ladies and gentlemen,
This is
today, Junior.
the Vented Out Podcast.
Ow!
Hey guys, thanks for coming in to watch the video. Unfortunately, our cameras are not doing too great. The battery's draining really quick, so it's going to be just a short, non-video episode. Stick around. It's going to get pretty heated. Welcome back to the Vented Out Podcast. I'm your host, Brent, and as with us always, we have the lovely Miss Paige Mascari. How you doing today?
I'm doing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Totally believe that. So, anything you'd like to update us on?
Like what?
Anything going on in life? Anything at work?
No, it's all the same things every day of my life.
Work's been going?
Yeah, it's just fine. It's how it's always been.
Awesome. Well, I got a couple updates. So, first thing, we have put out a video of me just reacting to stuff on the YouTube channel. If you want to go check it out at Vented Out Pod. It is currently probably our most grossed watch video at Jesus.
Sorry, my nose is running.
Jesus, I hope you're alright. It now has 129 views, whereas earlier this week it was like 70, and for the first couple hours I had like none. Yeah, now we're at 129, so thanks guys for that. It really helped us out, and it's good to know that beside these episodes, you guys would want to watch us do other things. We also just recorded another one last night, which was eventful, to say the least. I don't think I'll ever be doing that again.
That was gross.
It gave us both acid reflux, but you'll see more about it. I don't know why that itched my eye. Next week. Second thing, I had recently applied to a different job in Copper Site and had an interview Thursday. Hopefully that'll go well. Then maybe we can continue to do weekly episodes and then do an extra video every other week, which I think would be great for us in general.
Yep.
Other than that, that's all I have for updates. Besides, we do have, if we can still get to that 50 subscriber limit, we would also be able to release the image that I had posted a while back. We're at 41 right now. If we can get 9 more, that'll be out. And we'll have more goals for different, subscriber numbers going forward after that, where we'll do certain things or maybe some kind of merch shop thing going on. Who knows? Right, we'll continue the rest of the episode. So anything you'd like to share with the podcast today?
What do you mean? Like what?
Anything that happened in life or maybe work with sticks of ring?
Oh, we're just going right into that.
I mean, yeah, what else?
I made rain sticks with my kids on Friday because our topic is tubes and tunnels. And one of my kids doesn't know how to say sticks. So he said rain dicks, and he was running out of the room saying that. And one of my other kids is mischievous, and he ran around the room saying the bad word because he knows it's bad and he wants other people to think he's funny, so he went around saying that. So all my kids were saying rain dicks on Friday instead of rain sticks. Yeah.
That is funny.
It was something. It's eventful.
What do you have to do for that? Like stuff like that? Do you have to tell them to not say it?
You can't laugh. You have to tell them that that's not appropriate for school. And you have to just keep reminding them that's not appropriate for school. And if you don't draw attention to it, they're not going to say it over again because they react when you react. So, yeah.
That makes sense too. It's funny how, as you're a kid, the stuff you say you don't really even think about or even know the validity of what you're saying. So it's just funny. And being able not to react to something like that, I don't think I could do that. So I give you credit for not reacting.
It's every day of my
I
life.
was about to say, I don't think you did not react. You said to say something like, "Don't say that."
Yeah, I literally said, do not say that.
No, you're gonna like just let it happen.
No, it's
Which is-
every day of my life is an adventure
That's crazy.
at my job.
Every day
Kids-
in life is an adventure.
Kids
Paige.
give no Fs, so
Every day in life is an adventure.
sure.
You should live it up and not be a grump
I'm not a grump.
or wear your freaking holy blanket.
You need to leave me alone.
I really don't get why you like wearing blankets.
Because it's like a
this.
comfort thing. I already told you
What
that.
is
Just
it- but
why do
what
you
is
have to
it-
even draw attention to
but
it? Just
what does
leave
it
me
do?
alone.
What does it do for you?
It
We're here to
makes me
talk.
comfortable. I just don't. I'm comfortable with it on me, so this is what
So,
I'm doing.
What about a hoodie?
I'm comfortable in my blanket.
But what if you wore a hoodie?
But why can't I be comfortable in a
I'm
blanket?
just asking a question.
I don't want to wear a hoodie. I like my blanket.
Weird. That's strange. No, this is not normally the blanket she'll
I don't
have.
know where that blanket is.
I thought you washed it because you washed mine the other day.
I washed all of them, but I don't know where my other one is.
The gray one?
My checkered one. The one my mom got me for Christmas. I can't find it.
Did you leave it over there maybe? At your sister's when you went over to babysit the other weekend?
I don't think so. I don't know.
How did that go when you babysat for your
Nice.
sister?
It was fine. They were good. They're always good. They're older, so they just kind of entertain themselves. And whatever they want, they just tell me, and I go get it. And they just want to hang out and watch TV, and they snuggled me on the couch. Even though there was 7 different blankets, they had to get under the same blanket that Aunt Pooh was under. And, yeah. Even the dog.
Yeah, Cora's. I love Cora. Cora's a
And
big,
Harper has
beefy girl.
cold popsicle feet, and she sticks them on you.
Yeah, that's you. Every night when going to bed, and then you put them on me, and I tell you I don't want them, and you just do it anyway. Just stop. Just let it happen. Just let it be.
Because it's cold.
Yeah. So now you know how it is every night when you do it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure I'm not the only person out here in a relationship that has to deal with that. All women have literally low blood iron. I don't think I've ever met one that isn't cold all the time. It's nuts.
Oh, I know something else I wanted to talk
Go
about.
ahead. Just say it.
I was watching a video on Facebook the other day that, like, bothered me because, like, I don't know if it's, like, a society now or if it's, or I don't, oh my God, I can't speak. I don't know if it's society now or the way people are, like, I have no idea. I don't want to, like, judge parents or whatever for, like, not knowing, but I just feel like there's a thing going around on TikTok that's, like, this girl and she's, like mouthing something, and it's like, oh, she's talking to a guy and he's like, oh, I have a girlfriend, and she's like, oh, I don't care. And, like, I don't know if that's, like, a societal thing now where women just don't give a fuck that, like, someone's in a committed relationship, but, like, that's crazy to me.
I feel like it really depends on the person. I don't think it's a man or a woman thing.
Well, it's a lot, but there's a lot of people that, like, do that. Like, I've seen all over TikTok, like, people agree, like, some people obviously disagree that have morals, but, like, other people that, like, agree with her, that's, like, a fucking issue. Like, why would you want to be a side piece? Like, why would you want that? Do you really see yourself, like, that low as a person that you are willing to wreck someone else's relationship to get whatever? Like, you know what I mean? I just don't.
I think, I don't know. It could be a couple things,
My ears
really.
just popped.
It could be they would rather be with somebody who would obviously commit to somebody else that in some twisted way they feel like they're still in a committed relationship. Or it's just they just would not want to be lonely, and they feel like they might be, like, running out of time.
Yeah, but I feel like that's justifying it. Like, that's not.
Well, I'm just that's what I was doing. I'm trying to explain what they think.
There's no justification for that. Like, that's disgusting. The fact that you would want to come in and wreck a relationship is just wild to me. Like, I don't know. I guess, like, because I'm with you and, like, I know you're committed, like, it doesn't, like, affect me, but, like, I don't know, I think about it and, like, it just bothers me that there's people in the world that are willing to just step in and ruin someone's relationship for nothing.
Yeah, it happens a lot. I think that's also why part of the reason why the divorce rate is so freaking high is because this has been normalized by media and stuff like that. Like we see it, like you said, on TikTok, stuff. It just gets so normalized, and
But that's not norm. Like, no one should literally think like that. Like, I truly don't understand why someone would think that trying to get with someone's husband or boyfriend or whatever is okay. Why would someone think that's okay? Like, that's disgusting. And, like, you are selfish and a horrible person at that point. Like, get help. Like, that's disgusting. Like, if you not only are a horrible person and, like, yeah, I'm passing judgment, but if you truly think that low of yourself, that, like, you want to be the side piece to someone that's in a committed relationship, like, that's horrible. And you should literally get help and talk to somebody, because that shows, like, your standard for yourself. Like, that's not okay, and that's sad. Like, the fact that you're willing to put I don't know, that's just crazy to me.
you have it pretty much spot on. The fact that you value yourself at that level, that you won't go out to find a non-person or committed that.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not just hating on the women, but, like, men are definitely at fault. No, but, like, the men that, like, see these women are definitely at fault too. Like, you're giving them the attention, so obviously these people are just going to continue to do it. But, like, I don't know, it's kind of just, it's more sad to me than, like, anything, because, like, that's literally how you see yourself, is, like, the lowest form of yourself.
I mean, there's definitely things lower than being with someone who's in a committed relationship than that, but it's not a great position to be in. And there's a mutual friend that we have that is like that as well. Mm-hmm. And they apparently chose, past tense, to be with someone, and now they are no longer with them for whatever the reason may be. But it's just like, why subjugate yourself to being with someone that will never actually fully commit to you? Whether it's the fact that you're lonely or you don't think you can do better or whatever the case may be, you can. And honestly, you're just better off being lonely, because heartbreak, I think, is worse than loneliness. The pain of heartbreak is way worse than being alone.
Also, like, I know you're selfish, so, like, you're not thinking about someone else, but think about, like, how you're making the other person feel. Like, the other woman that's in their relationship, like, are you kidding?
Oh. There we go.
The other person in their relationship and how they feel. Like, that's not, I don't know. Like, I just feel like that takes, like, a special kind of fucking selfish to be that.
Yeah.
And I'm putting this out there now. Like, I will kill somebody if I ever see them trying to get with my boyfriend. So, my fiance, sorry. I will fight somebody. Like, I'm so serious.
I don't know. I think everyone's different, and everyone just feels, a lot of society is on feeling like, I feel a certain way, where it wasn't like that back in the day. Then also on top of that, you got a lot of media saying, like, a lot of stuff is okay, when in fact it's morally not okay.
Well, and again, I'm not blaming just the women or men that are going after these people that are in relationships. I'm also blaming the person in the relationship, because that's, the fact that you're even entertaining that is crazy. Like, you're also to blame, and there's something also wrong with you. Like, that's...
Yeah, I don't disagree with that either.
And I don't know. I just, like, I don't know. Like, and then, like, that took me down a spiral of, like, I don't know how people, like, swing or do whatever, because I don't think I could ever, like, I would never. Like, I could never, ever be okay with someone else touching or loving my partner the way that I'm supposed to. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. I know. That's odd.
That's not bad. I'm not judging anybody. Like, live your life. If you want to do that, live your life. But I don't think that I could ever allow someone else in my relationship, because I just think that, in my opinion...
Thank you. That's a good way to start.
In my opinion, swinging is like glorified cheating. Like, you're allowing your spouse to cheat on you because you want to cheat on them. Like, you can try and change my mind, and that's fine, and people can disagree with me, and I'm sure there's a ton of people that'll disagree with me because, like, polygamy is, like, a huge thing now, but for me, that's never going to be a thing. That's never going to be an option. I will literally fight somebody for my man, and that's just not an option for me. Like, live your life, and I hope that you're happy, but in my eyes, I just see it as, like, you're not committed, and if you say you're in a committed relationship with somebody and you're swinging, like, that's not a commitment. Like, that's a broken commitment, and you're seeking something that you're not happy with in your own marriage, and I just don't see an end result for that being good. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Please, I'm going to have to cut this part out because I just...
What?
No, I agree. I 100%
I can say
agree
what
with
I
you
want.
both
This is
with
our
that.
podcast.
I know. It's just, I don't know. It makes me think about things in a different light, I guess.
Live your life, to each their own, but like that's how my view is, and I couldn't.
Yeah, it's definitely something, and also I'm just laughing because the extreme we went to from being with someone else's significant other to swinging is
I feel like they're on the same spectrum. You don't?
Not quite.
You don't feel like swinging is glorified cheating?
Because swinging would be four people technically agree to doing something, whereas someone being in a side relationship or a side piece to someone else is two people knowing and the other person having no idea what's going on.
But what's the difference? Like,
one person doesn't know what the hell is going on.
No, you're right. I agree with that.
Difference.
But I'm just saying, like, in my eyes, I just see it as glorified cheating because your partner knows about it and, like, whatever. Like, there's something broken in your relationship that you're seeking in someone else. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I agree with that, but I'm saying you went from a completely two different sides of a freaking...
No, it is. I agree. Like, I'm not saying that's wrong or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, to me, that took me down, like, a spiral of that because, like, from that, I saw, like, swinging and, like, whatever relationships. It's just weird to me because...
No, I agree.
I don't know.
It's just,
I mean, my parents are divorced. I'm not saying I grew up in, like, this perfect household or whatever, but, like,
okay.
For me, like, I don't know. Like, I was raised to see, like, you love the person you're with. You know what I mean? Marriage is for two people, and that's what it should be.
Of course. I mean, that's how it should be. But, I mean, these days, it's not really how it is. Like I said, the divorce rate's, like, 51%. Like, people get divorced.
Yeah, but if you take those statistics, and then I was looking at statistics of people that were swingers, like, married couples that were swingers, and now they're not with that person anymore. Like, that's what I'm saying is, like, you're looking for something in somebody else to fix your relationship, and that's never going to work. Like,
no. It's always
if you can't fix something between you and your partner, there's no point in being together because you're not going to be able to fix that adding more chaos. Like, it's just...
Yeah. No, you're not wrong there, dude.
I don't know.
But still, the connection that you brought, Drew, was just weird.
It was TikTok. It sent me down a spiral hole of, like, looking at a whole bunch of different things, and I was like, what the hell is this? I don't even know how I got on that.
But the thing is, swingers all agree to doing what they're doing, whereas someone that's committed in a marriage or whatever the case may be, and then goes and has someone else on the side is completely...
No, they are two different things.
Crazy
definitely.
to me.
But, I don't know, both are just not for me. It's not my life, bro.
No, I agree. It's just, I don't know. It's weird stuff to even think about, but everyone's different. Everyone has their own...
Well, it's definitely, like...
they choose to do.
I'm not saying that I'm concerned by any means, but that's definitely, like, something to, like, weigh heavy on your mind before you get married to somebody because, obviously, like, we just got engaged, and... I'm not saying that Brent would ever do that, and I know he would never. We've been together for way too long, and we both know each other like a book, so it's not like, even if he did lie, like, I would know. And vice versa, if I lied, he would know. But, like, it's just, I don't know, like, it definitely, like, makes you think, like, is marriage, like, dying out? Like, are people, like, not wanting to be committed to one another anymore because, like, polygamy is such a big thing, and, like, swingers are a thing, and so people are like, why be committed to one person? You know what I mean?
I think marriage is a lot of guys don't want to really be married for reasons like they don't everything they work for. They don't want to have half of it taken away. They don't want to have to deal with the headache of dealing with a woman that doesn't give them peace and just takes and doesn't give anything back. I think there's a lot of different reasons as to why.
Are you giving examples of like, I'm getting scared? Are you talking about me?
Well, that's the end of this topic.
No, I was
We're not going down this. No, I'm giving you a reason why.
I know.
A lot of males don't really see marriage as a good thing. Now, you can get a prenup and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then our current president is now trying to have the system where in a divorce, marriage is, it's not splitting 50-50, that people, regardless of male or female, if you have half, that doesn't happen anymore. You will have everything that you own and everything that they own is separate, which should be the case.
Yeah, but that also gets complicated because say we own a house.
Okay.
Everything in here is half yours, half mine. So like that's like, I don't know, that's gets sticky for me because like what do you take? What do I take? You know what I mean? Because everything in here is ours together.
Typically, you would come to a compromise at that point.
But then again, like I think about it and like I'm not like a malicious and mean type person. Like I'm not saying that our relationship's perfect. It's not. We've broken up. We've definitely had our falling out. But like I am the type of person that like I would leave things for Brent. Like I don't want to leave somebody with nothing. And like whatever's his is his and that's not mine. So like with you, if we were to ever get divorced, I don't want anything that you have. Like, that's all your stuff. Like, you can have your own things. Because, like, why would I want to hold on to something that we had memories together with? You know what I mean? Like, sell that shit. Like, I don't want that.
Well, a lot of it is more like of a monetary value. So you could fight for, let's just say I had a card collection that was worth millions. Like, I had a first edition Charizard or something. Roll your eyes all you want. It's freaking more money than you got right now anyway.
I don't want your fucking Pokemon cards, okay?
I'm giving an example. A lot of it's like monetary. So people fight for stuff that has monetary value to just go and sell it so they don't have to deal with it. Then they have something in return for that. They can go buy whatever the hell they want to buy.
Yeah, but why would I want to take something that makes you happy away from you? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. That's selfish and that's mean.
It's spiteful is what it is. But yeah, everyone's different and everyone wants different things in life. And a lot of it is like kids too have a different benefactor to.
But that's sad to me is that someone would want to be that petty. Like, you guys decided, okay, let's rewind here.
Prenup.
If you cheated on somebody, maybe being a little bit petty would be okay, but if you guys mutually like agreed to divorce each other because they weren't happy, why would you want to stay with someone that isn't happy? First of all, even if it hurts you, it is what it is. And then second of all, I don't want you to not be happy because your happiness isn't with me. So like take all your stuff, be happy, and I'll go my own way and be happy as well. Like, there's no need to be vicious and fucking rip each other's throats out. Like, that's just not. And I think that's 90% of these people that have kids with somebody else. Like, if you were civil with that person, like, you don't have to worry about fucking fighting with them and fighting over money for your kid. Like, your kid should be the main focus. Like, I don't know. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Kids should be the main focus over anything in divorce. But also with the divorce as well, like child support, like I've seen a lot of cases and like with child support that the dad takes care of it and somehow the mother's still getting money in like court cases. I'm like, this is insane. This should be the other way around. That should never be the case.
In my own opinion, if you can, I'm not saying you can or cannot, if you can live in the same town as your ex, I feel like you should for the sake of your kid until they're older, because that way you guys don't have to worry about who's taking care of who more, who's doing what more or whatever, so that like your kid also gets to see you 50% of the time. Because for me, when I was a kid, it sucked. And I don't talk to my dad now, but whatever. when I was a kid, bouncing back and forth was horrendous. Like, I hated only being able to see my dad on the weekends, and half the time he never even wanted to see me anyway. So it was just heartbreak for me after heartbreak. So, like, if you can be civil for your kid, coming from a kid from a divorced family, like, make it, I understand that it sucks for you and it's sad for you, but, like, it's not about you at that point. It's about the child. Like, you have to genuinely put your feelings aside and think of your kid, because that's all that matters now. Like, you guys aren't together anymore, so don't worry about that. Worry about your kid. How can I help my kid? How can I make my kid's life better? Like, if you and I were to ever get divorced and, like, we have a child, like, I would want you to have the kid 50% of the time, because that's how it should be. They need their dad in their life.
Yeah, I agree. And this is a lot of problems within society, that their parents don't have both, or the kids don't have both parents. So then you get issues, and that's for all races and varieties, not just one.
Yeah.
But that is prominent in more others than some. But we won't.
And I know I'm going to get backlash about that, because they're going to be like, oh, women are strong and they can handle it without a man. Regardless of anything, it's still a parent, and your kid needs both parents. Regardless if it's 2 moms, 2 dads, whatever. Like, your kid needs both parents. And it's okay to have bonus parents. Like, if your spouse gets remarried to someone else, like, you want so many parents to, like, you want so many people to love your child, and that's what's important, is your kid. And I feel like everyone just doesn't see that. And that's the biggest issue, is nobody sees their kid as the most important thing. They see themselves as the most important thing.
That's when you're a selfish narcissist, like some people. Mm-hmm. But I feel like also, if you're a single mother, I feel like single father is much easier to find someone else, whereas a single mother,
it's horrible.
It's definitely worse.
Yeah.
Because okay. And this is not a bash at single moms by any means, but I don't know where to even start.
You don't want. Okay, first of all, I do. So you don't want. Men look at single moms as, like, baggage, because you have kids now. Yeah. So now they're getting in a relationship with you. Shit. But also, you, from a man's perspective, like, it's hard because you're getting in a relationship with somebody that has a child, and now you have another person that you're going to be attached to if something happens. And that's the hardest thing, because coming from someone that works with kids every day, it will rip my heart out in September when they go to kindergarten and I don't get to see them anymore. I can only imagine how a boyfriend or someone that's in a committed relationship with someone feels when they break up and they don't get to see that kid anymore because they don't have rights to that kid. Like, that's horrible. Like, that's awful. And not to mention, like, you don't know where you stand as the boyfriend of a mom with a kid, because do you step in and say something? Do you not step in and say something? Yep. Like, there's a lot of ifs that come with that, and that's why I commend my stepdad, because he did the best he could. I'm not saying that my parents didn't. I don't want to say that. My parents, we've had our ups and downs, but, like, my stepdad really stepped in and picked up the pieces where my dad dropped the ball. Like, he really came in, and he didn't need to. He took care of 4 of us. Like, that's wild. 4 girls. I can't believe that he even did that, but
I can't even deal with one of you right now.
I know. Oh, my battery just died.
I don't know what's going on with these cameras lately.
We got to get new batteries.
The batteries are full and charged. I don't know. Regardless.
But, yeah, he really stepped in, and that's another thing, too, is, like, the men that actually are willing to step in and be present with women that have children are, like, heroes, because you're stepping into that dad role and taking over that, and that kid's going to see that eventually. And as much as it doesn't feel like it sometimes, believe me, I put my stepdad through hell. So the fact that he, like, came out and still loves the shit out of us is insane to me. You know, too. Joe did that for you.
Yeah, I didn't say anything, but it is a lot of everything you said was 100% on the nose. Like, especially if you come into a relationship, or even you start to commit to a relationship, and you don't know, because the males are supposed to be a disciplinary. If you're going into a relationship with a single mom, you don't really it's not your child. You can't discipline that child like how you would discipline your own child because it's not yours. So you don't really know where to stand on that aspect. And that's why a lot of men won't do it, on top of the fact that they don't want to have the baggage of another man's kid in their life, or they just don't want to deal with any drama that ensues with all of that.
Yeah.
So it's more difficult, I would say.
No, I agree.
But it doesn't mean there aren't guys out there that will do it. My preference, I would never.
I can't say that I blame you for that, but like at the same time, as somebody that could be a single mother at some point in my life, I hope to God that never happens. But
well, there you go, folks.
I'm not saying that. I'm
not
about
about 5 years or so, this is what's going to happen, I guess. That's what you're saying.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I'm the woman. So, like, from my perspective, if that were to ever happen, like, it is hard. Like, and as someone that we've been back together for what, 4 years now?
Yeah.
As someone that was in the dating pool as a woman 4 years ago, it was trash. Like,
poor you.
I'm sorry, but like the options that you had were horrendous. Like it was, babe.
I'll tell you right now, you had more options than guys do. 100%.
Honey.
100%.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
Let's hear my options. Okay. Ready? Dick pics every other day.
That doesn't surprise me.
Men that just want to hook up with you.
Okay.
Then you have, those ones are actually straightforward, which I appreciate. But then you have the ones that aren't straightforward, and they're like, oh my God, I actually like you, drag you on for 2 dates, sleep with you, and then never talk to you again. Or you have the men that are just fucked up in the head, and like you don't know that until you go meet them on the date, and you're like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? I just feel like the dating pool nowadays is way fucking different than it was when we started dating, because me and Brent met online. Like, I don't know if we said that before, but we did. We met on an app called Meet Me. That's how fucking old we are.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I don't even think that's a thing anymore.
I don't think so either.
But we met online, and it was definitely strange. Like, it was weird to meet a stranger that you don't know, but like I would do it again. Brent is literally my best friend, but back then I felt like
with a 5 years divorce rate,
guys had, shut the fuck up.
You said it, not me.
Back then I felt like guys had some type of morals. Now nobody gives a fuck. Like everybody's just like, here, look at my dick, and I'm like, I'm good. Like I'm all set on that, but thanks.
Hookup culture is a main issue for that.
But but the hardest, you can't find, maybe 1 in 10 men actually want to date a woman, and like the hardest part for me when I was dating was I don't date to date and hook up. I date to like find somebody. I don't want to hook up with somebody. That's disgusting to me.
Oh, well, that's what happens
And
with
but
hookup culture.
Genuinely, that was my experience, and it was awful. And I've heard from my friends that are single now that it hasn't changed much. And to me, like, that showed me how much of a bond that me and Brent had together, because we found our way back to each other, obviously. But like, you were the only genuine connection I had, because with these other people, like, you can't build a genuine connection because you don't know if that person's being genuine. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I don't know. Dating is gross, and I'm sorry for people that have to do it and like go through that. And I definitely feel like the way that the world is right now, like going back to what we started our conversation with, is like, that's how it is. And like, that's how people see it now. And that's so sad to me, because why? Like, why do you see it like that? You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know. But like I said, it is hookup culture. It's because people choose to go out and just try to sleep, and a lot of women, it's both male and women, and it's both men and women that do this. But
no, I agree.
It's women that will choose, because the man can choose the relationship, but the women chooses when you have sex. So
yeah, it's
both sides that have created this issue, and it's become normalized now in society, and this is what's happened, and it just evolved into the dating pool being like that.
It just makes me sad for when we have kids and they have to deal with all the bullshit. Like, I hope that there's some fucking normal people out there that raise their kids to be normal.
Yeah, we can only hope, I guess, at this point. I don't know what else to do.
Christy.
Well, our kids are probably going to have divorced parents after 5 years, according to you. So.
Say that again.
You're the one that said it.
You want me to smack you across this table? I'll do
You're
it.
the one that said it. All right. I think that's going to be it. I just turned the camera off. I don't know why.
Mine died. I don't know. It sucks.
I don't know. We'll just end it here.
Okay.
Well, thanks, guys, for coming back
To our heated debate.
to the podcast. I don't remember what I was going to say.
If you haven't already, please go like and subscribe on YouTube. We have a Facebook. We have an Instagram. We have a TikTok. And leave a comment. And share if you would love to, because that helps us get more views.
Subscribe as well, because
Didn't I just say that?
you said leave a comment.
No, before that.
Follow us on Facebook.
See? You see why I don't do this? You don't let
Well,
me.
you were fine. You did good. I didn't say anything. I'm just saying subscribe. I'm adding to what you're saying. Yeah, subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you guys listen to us. Let's try to really get to that 50 mark. I'd really love nothing more than to have that, release that image of what the next, I'm going to actually just say this, what our next logo is going to be and what our logo will be going forward. Also, there's like a roadmap for remaining, milestones in our subscriptions. But I'd really like to focus on getting the YouTube subscriptions, because that's going to help us out the most. Thanks, guys, for coming and listening again. Well, and we'll see you in a couple weeks or next week if you watch our new video that's going to come out next week. See ya.
Bye.